Okay, so what's going on? Well, let's say that this hand is DaVinci Resolve, right? And this hand is Blackmagic Design. And this here is their competition. That's what's going on. And that's the video. No, of course not. No, look, seriously. Look, some of you might say that I'm biased, right? That I love Blackmagic Design and that my channel is partly built on the success of DaVinci Resolve, that I'm just riding the wave. And yeah, that's true, but what I want to show you in this video is not all subjective. Just take a look at these charts from Google Trends. This is the worldwide interest in Canon from 2004 until now. Yikes. And this is Red. And this is Sony. Ouch. And this is Blackmagic Design. I mean, what can I say, right? And of course, do take these charts with a grain of salt. I also don't know how charts from Google Trends translate to how a business is actually doing, but it shows something, right? Like a sentiment? I don't know. Here's a few more. This is Premiere Pro. Not too bad actually, but this is Final Cut Pro. Ooh. And this is DaVinci Resolve. So something's clearly going on, right? Why are they crushing the competition like that? Or so it seems, if we may believe the Google Trends charts. And guys, I know that it might sound like this video is sponsored by Blackmagic Design, but it's 100% not, okay? This video is partly subjective, yes, but also partly objective observations. And if you disagree with anything I say in this video, that's totally fine. Just let me know in the comments and we'll have a discussion about it, but keep it respectful, okay? Also, when you respond to other comments, keep it respectful or I'll send your comments straight to the great nothingness. Instantly. And I mean that. Okay, here we go. And I'm gonna start by kicking at an open door. DaVinci Resolve is amazing. I've made plenty of videos on how amazing it is. It's a super professional piece of software, and it even has a limited, of course, free version that's also amazing and super powerful. If you're a beginner, you can learn so much by just using the free version. So if you're using Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro now and you're curious, well, then you can just download the free version, try it out, use it for a few months or even years, and if you don't like it, no harm done. And it's okay to not like it. I mean, like we say here in Belgium, op ieder potje past een dekseltje. Premiere Pro is great, Final Cut Pro is great. I like DaVinci Resolve better, but that's just because, I don't know, it's my dekseltje. It doesn't mean that it's objectively better than the other two. But just check out my other videos on DaVinci Resolve specifically and why I like it so much and why so many people are switching to it. I'll drop the link in the comments. Look, in a world where everything and everyone is Adobifying and Elon Musk is probably trying to come up with a way to make breathing subscription-based, and I'm not even joking here, but anyway, the thing is, offering such a powerful piece of software for a one-time payment, I don't know, it almost feels wrong, right? But I guess it's working for Blackmagic Design. They also have their own system or structure of including a Resolve Studio license when you buy a Blackmagic camera or other hardware. So, you know, they're not just a software company like Adobe, they also make money selling cameras and filmmaking hardware. So it's a totally different company structure, I guess. They do have some subscription-based services like Blackmagic Cloud, but DaVinci Resolve is still just a one-time payment, or free. And, well, I hope it stays like that, but I guess we'll see. Have you ever seen a Blackmagic Design or DaVinci Resolve ad? I've never seen one. And I see ads for Canon, Nikon, Adobe all the time, on the internet and on TV. So how have they managed to grow so exponentially then? Well, two things, in my opinion. First of all, they just keep improving their stuff. Resolve gets better every year and their cameras too. Nothing crazy, but just small improvements consistently every year. And secondly, they're also just relying a ton on word of mouth. Creators, filmmakers, videographers, editors talking about them on the internet, making videos about them here on YouTube, like I'm doing right now. It's starting to feel like this video might turn into an ad, but it's not, I promise it's not. It's more like a love song to, oh God. I'm just gonna continue the video. So, YouTube videos. And yeah, well, I mean, some of those videos might be paid videos, so you can also see them as ads. But I don't know, it all feels a bit friendlier and more organic in a way, in my opinion. Less forced. So I do realize that I'm in a privileged position when it comes to being listened to by brands whenever I have a problem, because usually I have a direct contact with the brand. But a few times Blackmagic Design has actually surprised me. For example, when I made a video about some new DaVinci Resolve features, so it wasn't a video about a problem specifically, but in that video I mentioned that one of the new features didn't work on my computer. And then a few days after I published that video, someone from Blackmagic Design contacted me. And I didn't have a contact back then with Blackmagic Design, but someone contacted me asking me what the problem was. And then we spent a few days sending emails trying to figure out what it was. And eventually they solved the problem. I think it lasted a week, sending emails back and forth. But then I also feel like they're listening to their consumer base, not just creators and filmmakers who make videos on YouTube about them. The Pixis, for example, Blackmagic users were asking for a box style camera for years even, I think. And well, eventually they released it. So, I mean, it's just a feeling, right? But I feel like there's less distance between Blackmagic users and Blackmagic Design, the company, compared to other companies. But let me know what you think about this, because when it comes to, I don't know, customer support and things like that, we always only hear the bad stuff on the internet. So just let me know in the comments, what are your experiences with Blackmagic Design and other brands? Their cameras are actually great in my opinion. Well, the ones I've tried at least. And sure, they're not perfect, they're also not for everyone. Also, I like lots of brands. I like Sony, I like Canon, I like Blackmagic cameras. I'm easy to please, I guess. And look, the Cinema Camera 6K or the Pixis will probably never be used on a big production movie set, but you also have to look at the price, right? And what they offer for that price. And I think what you get is value for money. And where 10 years ago their cameras were super niche, they seem to appeal to more and more people every year. So I think for small production companies, one-man production companies, solo filmmakers, Blackmagic Design is a great option. Not the only option, not at all, but a great option. And so is Audiio, by the way. Do you know Audiio? No? Well, it's the sponsor of this video. Audiio is a music licensing platform, and well, you know what I always say, the foundation of a great video is the music. I use Audiio for my background music, my cinematic sequences, spec commercial, everything. And they also offer sound effects, by the way. And what I love about Audiio is that they keep making it easier for creators to find the perfect song. Features like Link Match AI or Hans AI, those features will help you save a lot of time because AI will do the hard work for you. And you can use all their music and sound effects for personal and client work if you get a pro subscription, which is 70% off if you use my link and code in the description. So that's just 59 bucks for your first year. Go check them out. And of course, as always, thank you so much Audiio for supporting my channel. And Blackmagic Design not only offers cameras, but also a wide range of filmmaking and production hardware for filmmakers and production companies. Some things I've tried because they make sense in a solo creator context, like the speed editor or the micro color panel, but they also offer a bunch of super professional production hardware. It's insane. I don't even know what all those things do, but what they do, they create an ecosystem, right? Hardware, software, cameras. So they've created this ecosystem and it just works. Software, hardware, cameras. I feel like they're kind of like Apple in a way, 20 or 15 years ago, slowly building, improving that ecosystem, slowly growing also. And look, I don't always like ecosystems because often they feel like a trap, or they are a trap. They're set up as a trap, right? You know, you buy one thing and then you're forced to buy all the other stuff too, or it doesn't work. But I don't have that feeling yet with the Blackmagic stuff. And I say yet because, I mean, let's be honest, it's a company and companies change, the people who run the company change, especially when the company starts growing. So I don't know what the future will bring, but right now it doesn't feel like a trap. Because I use Sony cameras, Canon cameras, Blackmagic cameras, I can edit everything in Resolve, no problem. And also, I read somewhere that B-RAW is coming to Sony cameras. I mean, yay! Let's also hope they bring ProRes to Blackmagic cameras. But then the other way around, when you have a Blackmagic camera, You can edit in Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro, no problem, but I think you'll miss a lot of the raw power of DaVinci Resolve. So it's possible, but it's a little bit more closed in a way, I don't know, but it's possible. And what I also appreciate is that they make filmmaking, and I mean real filmmaking, not what I'm doing here. I just like to talk to the camera basically about filmmaking and about cameras, stuff like that. But I'm talking about real filmmaking now. They're making real filmmaking accessible to newcomers because of the price and because of that ecosystem that just works. And I know gear doesn't matter, that's what they always say, right? But if you want to start a business maybe, then it kind of does. And Blackmagic Design offers professional camera equipment and hardware for a decent price. And they're not the only one, not at all. You can also start a business with a Sony a7S III or a Sony a7 IV, Canon R6, whatever. But in my opinion, they do make it easier for newcomers and beginners to enter that world of real cinematography and real cinema cameras and all those things. This video does sound like an ad. I'm so sorry. But like I said, it's not an ad, it's just a love song. Let's go to the last point. And then finally, whenever they release a new camera or a big update for DaVinci Resolve, they stir things up and people talk about them. People who love them, but also people who don't like them. And that's fine. People talk about it, and I mean, no matter what side you're on, in my opinion, they add something positive to the filmmaking world every time they release something. Either by dropping a cool new camera that has great value for money, or by making other companies think about how they can improve their cameras. So anyway, overall, what I want to say is that Blackmagic Design and DaVinci Resolve, I like what they're doing, and nothing they do or make is perfect, but it doesn't have to be. I just feel like it's still one of those friendly companies. Does that make sense? And they're not driven by greed and money and I don't know, maybe they are, maybe, I don't know. That's just how I feel about, you know, Blackmagic Design and DaVinci Resolve. Let me know what you think, drop everything in the comments, and thank you so much for listening to all the words that came out of my mouth. It was a lot, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm sorry. Anyway, thank you so much for listening and watching, and see you in the next one.